We got jeez, fixing the broken NBA franchises. Excited for this one. At first we didn't really know what we were doing this week. We actually we were thinking about doing um trade deadline stuff. I thought it was a little bit too early, but was also what I was thinking about. So we decided to make this pivot. And yeah, here we go. I think I cooked with this thumbnail. I finally had some time to cook up a good thumb, and I feel pretty good about this. But yeah, we feel pretty good. Mm, Thursday we'll again have our um 2K dual rebuild challenge. That should be extremely fun. I got the notification today that playback is shutting down, so gonna have to find some new way to record these. We might be making a transition back to our old recording software, then that would be a little bit unfortunate because I do really like playback. I think it's actually pretty fun. I'm a little bit like concerned, not concerned, but like interested in what it is that has caused this shutdown. Um, I don't know. But yeah, feeling really good. We get the three teams there, obviously, with the Clippers, the Kings, and the Hornets. We're going to discuss how we would go about fixing these awesome situations. Everybody dreams to be in these situations. Nobody wants to be in the position of Sam Presti because you don't get any credit for building that Thunder roster. Like, of course they were going to win the title. They have Shea, they have Chet, they have Jada, they have all the other good role players. Like, of course they were going to be good. Sam Presti didn't do anything. But yeah, we are now going to fix these broken teams because, of course, somebody has to. Maybe that doesn't ever end up happening and nobody fixes them, but um, yeah, feeling pretty good. Other than that, is there anything else I want to talk about? The TikToks, Reels, depending on where you're seeing them, they've been coming out. Hopefully, those are reaching people and not terrible. I hope so. they, they could be terrible. And then there's one other thing I wanted to speak on. I don't remember it. It's quite unfortunate. Regardless, I feel really good. We're just waiting on Sheldon to get in here. I should actually tell him that I sent the link. Uh, just realized that. But yeah, feel good about what we're doing. Taking this off. We'll actually turn the camera off. Just so I'm not accidentally slipping the shirt off by accident. We love being unedited. We love it. We love it. Um, yeah, I am also thinking that I need to start posting the mini rants to YouTube. Maybe I'll get on getting that done. Uh, on my phone while I'm recording on my laptop. Maybe that's a good thing to do. But yeah, I feel pretty good. NBA Cup's coming. We should talk about that because the NBA Cup. This is our only time to speak about it before it actually happens. Um, I am weirdly unfamiliar with the West side of the bracket. I know the OKC Thunder and um, the Lakers are in, and I'm pretty sure the Suns are also in. Um, unless they got tiebreakered out. Yeah, the Suns are in, and then the Spurs are also in because the Spurs have had quite the awesome start to the season. We'll see, is that Sheldon that we're going to be adding to the stage? It is not. But I feel like there's a good chance that this is a clear indicator that the OKC Thunder are by far the best team in the league and are going to win 74 games at least. And I kind of feel like there's a greater than 50% chance that they just run through everything in the cup. Now, there's also a chance that they don't really, push that hardly in the cup. And I think that'll be something to watch. But I always loved this cup play early, even in like the elimination stage. I've always liked the competitiveness that it brings. I think it's great. We love NBA Cup basketball. Um, Favorites. Thunder, obviously, and then coming out the East, Orlando just lost Franz Wagner. Um, that's going to be hard for them to overcome. Uh, he's their best player by far, and not having him is pretty rough. Pretty rough. Um, I think they announced what it was earlier. Sheldon, how we doing?
Good. How are you, Pat?
Chilling. I'm chilling. Uh,
Oh,
so
video
I
kept
get
like
on playback
playing.
today.
Ah,
I get onto playback and I get this pop-up notification. It says playback is shutting down. So,
oh. I think I got the same thing, but I kind of just clicked past it.
oh,
That's
so it's
crazy.
it's looking like next week we might be making a return to Riverside next week. We can do Riverside live as well.
What
Um,
happened to? Do we know?
I don't. Should we look it up? Um,
So,
what happened to playback TV? Um, all they have said is it is an end of the road. Nice. Okay. Well, it looks like we are. Looks like we're just going to be up in the air. But I don't know. I didn't tell you about the three Doom teams we were going over today. I just kind of told you to be ready and be ready to cook. I see you have the podcast shirt on though.
always.
Let's go. Let's go. I had it on last.
That's how I pull up ready.
Yeah, I'll make sure to have it on Thursday. On somebody in the comments section wanted to join, so I told them
Oh,
I would allow them if they were there Thursday, that I would allow them to do something. I don't know what the plan is just yet. That's also my reminder that I'm gonna go make sure we're live on YouTube. And yeah, we are live. Yeah, so I was just like, okay. I mean, if you're there live, I might let them control a team for the off season while they're there, and let them chill while they're not. You
hmm,
know. Um.
very good. Very good.
Yeah. All right. So you ready to get started? We get these three awesome teams here. And how this is going to work is we're just kind of going to take over and do whatever we need to do. We can switch from the PowerPoint to their basketball reference. We can change it to NBA trade machine. We can change it to a lot of things if we want to. Really anything. Like really well, not anything, because there's some things we can't do. We have rules around here.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, I do have the teams in an order. We don't have to go in that specific order, but I figured we can start right now if you're ready, unless you have any trivia, because I always forget about the trivia.
Oh, um, damn. I had one for the last episode, and I don't think we did trivia last time. But
I don't remember.
yeah, I don't have anything today. I forgot.
Okay. Can I think of any last second trivia? Um, nah, I can't. Um, I was thinking, could we do some Giannis trivia and then, off the top of the dome? But I don't have any Giannis trivia ready. He's been kind of dominating the NBA news cycle recently, and I figured let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
So the first team I had up was the Clippers. Is this a good place to start, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Considering what a shocking start they've had for this season, to start this season.
Yeah, it's like been quite literally tragic as it currently stands. They are, in case you didn't know, the Los Angeles Clippers are 6-18, which is uh, tied for the fifth worst record in the league. Their pick currently goes out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, unprotected, which is awesome. Um, their entire team is old. They've released, but not really released Chris Paul. Kind of just told him to go away. They don't have outright ownership of their own pick until 2030, and their team's old and not good. So where do we want to start with the Los Angeles Clippers? Do you want me to pull up any screens, perhaps?
If you want to, I just pulled up the SPO track just to see kind of what players are going to be on the team for the longest. Because, like you said, they're very old. So I wanted to take a look at, what at least some of those serviceable guys that are still, putting up pretty good numbers, see how many years they have left on the team. But if you want to keep it on this slide, you can.
Yeah, just read off the SPO track for the people. Just footnotes, I guess.
All right. Well, looking at it right now, they only got one player on the roster that's supposed to be there till through 2027. Looks like next year, pretty much everyone on this team is going to be eligible for free agency. Um, and yeah, it's. I mean, right now, I think considering especially how bad like it's been for them, don't really see why you don't just kind of blow everything up a little bit here. What do you think, Pat? Or would you take like more of a not as drastic of a change for this team? Because like Kawhi Leonard has 2 years left, James Harden 2 years left. That's including this year.
Mhm.
John Collins only one, and Zubac is the only guy who they have for 3 more years. Everybody else, all their role players will be gone next year as well. Uh, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of where my head kind of goes to immediately is who can I trade? What big names do I have right now that are still playing good? Because they do have a couple guys that could still like garner some good trade packages, like maybe some picks for the upcoming draft. Because they don't have their current pick this year, so them being bad doesn't even help them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would get the Thunder's pick if I think, regardless. So
But
that's
still,
wonderful. Yeah. You get the 30th pick.
yeah,
Last year they used the 30th pick on Yannick Niederhauser, who wasn't good in college. Quite free, he just was not a first round NBA prospect. Clippers have this weird thing where they just take old, not good college players. They did it with him. They did it with Kobe Brown. They now have Cam Christie and Yannick Niederhauser also have 3 years, but they're team options. And then Batum, Brooke Lopez, and Bogdan Bogdanovic also have team options for next season. Zubac has 3 years. Kawhi Leonard has two. And then Harden has a weird player option situation.
yeah,
I'm not sure how he's going to play that, and that kind of really determines a lot for the Clippers. I agree with you that they should kind of blow things up a little bit, but I think they should even take a more drastic approach where they should try to preserve cap space in the future, right? Because they
okay,
have once Kawhi is expired, they have a ton of cap space, right? They just have Zubac at that point. They have James Harden, probably not going to be back in that point. So preserving that cap space is one way out of this. However, you can't just build a team off of cap space, and they don't have draft capital. So I would use some of these bigger contracts as a way to get draft capital, and by that you got to take on some worse contracts. Um, Zubats is probably one of the few players on this team that I think has real value. I think him, Derek Jones Jr., and Chris Dunn could garner interest from teams as, you know, good pieces. Even Brook Lopez and Batum, but like I don't think that they're outright getting them a ton of draft capital.
yeah,
So should we switch this over to Fanspo and start to think of some trade ideas for them?
yes. So you're saying Zubac?
Yeah, so we could think about
Did
Zubats trades.
you say Zubac or did you said Chris Dunn and DJJ?
Yeah, those guys for sure we should look for stuff for. Zubats is interesting because his contract is so good that it's one that you could keep even though they're trying to prioritize future cap space. like having a center like Zubats is really good, or he's probably the only player on their team, unless somebody's going really crazy for James Harden. He's probably the only player on this team that could really garner a haul in trades. Um, so yeah, let's switch this over to the Fanspo since I have it up. Let's see, has it? Oh yes, it worked perfectly. Let's go. Um, as you see here, we go to their picks. No outright ownership of any of their stuff. In fact, this year it's not even a swap. This year they just don't get anything, which is let's go. Um, do we think Kawhi is somebody who could move?
I was thinking that. I was thinking, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to see if he would get a bunch of draft capital, kind of what we talked about, just because he has like the injury bug is so strong with Kawhi, and he's
Another
also making $50 million.
another part with Kawhi, I don't know how we haven't mentioned it, is he could get suspended.
Yeah, this
Like
is
he could
true.
just so I don't know how that's going to affect
But
another team trading for him.
so do you think Kawhi has more trade value than Harden? Because
No.
I was. Oh, okay, okay. I was about to say like Harden. I think is someone that teams would definitely give up a haul for because he's still doing so good right now. But
Yeah, I use hard a little like
to trade,
lightly. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
So like we look in here, any teams that jump out. So James Harden destination.
Yeah,
I think I've seen one that
maybe Phoenix. That'd be crazy. I don't think that happens, but that would just be crazy. Um,
I think I get two.
two. What are those?
Uh okay. I'll do the Minnesota's the one that I do see as a good fit.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
And they do Randall. Randall's playing quite well right now, so I don't know if they want to do that. Like it's probably got to be a three-teamer. Um, Naz Reid. It's hard to work this out salary wise.
Yeah.
More old player. Him. And then Harden is making 39 million. So, jeez. Um, you do Dillingham, and how far off is this? Free advertisement. Let's go.
What did it say?
Yeah, so that's gonna fail.
No.
I was expecting 9 million is really that's rough. That's rough.
That's hard.
Because we use
Yeah, so
all
maybe
their
there's not even a avenue for Harden to get traded.
yeah, and like between Harden and Julius Randle, it's
Yeah.
weird because Harden is obviously probably a better player, but Randle's got you the certainty. Like if they include Randle, this is pretty easy to figure out. I don't know if you
I
could.
I agree with you that they don't trade. They're not even looking to trade Randall. Like, why would you mess that up if he's already doing so good in the system that you have? There's no point in throwing in James Harden, potentially messing that all up.
Yeah, and like Nas Reed's played quite well, and Gobert's been like all defensive level again.
Yeah.
So that's just not a fit. And then the other team I kind of liked for them was down here. I think I've found another team as well, and it was gonna be a
Oh wow.
like a trash for trash trade. And I don't know. You throw in. Oh wait, no, I got to do it the other way. Um, yeah, Bogdan. I'm pretty sure that's about even. Um, oh, I removed Anthony Davis by accident.
This would be the trade of all time.
Oh, I think this is somehow. I think this works. Okay, it fails. They're probably both over the first apron. so they have to include a third team to get 1 million. So this is something that could happen, right? And like this would be the Mavs trading stuff to get off Anthony Davis too. I don't know if there are Harden trades out there. So
Yeah.
are we abandoning the Harden stuff?
Yeah, let's scrap it. Let's scrap it.
Okay. Um, we reset everything. Let's go. Um, everybody else is pretty like easy to trade. You can find obvious fits for guys. Zubats is the one guy who I think they could get a haul for, like we said before. The Celtics trade I think makes a ton of sense that we did in our my league, because they can trade Anthony Simons, who's making a good bit of money, get Avisa Zubats. And it was like Brooke Lopez to make salary work. However, I think the Celtics might rather like
Yeah.
Batum or Chris Dunn because that gets them almost below the tax.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's been a real motivator for the Celtics. However, this is saying they need to send out a little bit more money. The Celtics are way under the allowable, it seems. Um,
Throw in. There was another contract could do.
Dunn.
Or-
I mean, Dunn would work. This
yeah,
is
that's
also trading a lot of their good
yeah,
players.
that's a crazy haul for the Celtics.
Well, they'd obviously give up picks too, I would assume. Darn. I really thought this. Wait, this. They're both a
It
little
works
under
money
the limit.
wise. It work and it just says what's his name can't be traded.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I've got to turn it in no restrictions mode. But yeah, this could work. This doesn't
You can
quite
throw in
satisfy.
some picks. How
Yeah, yeah.
realistic are we gonna get in this?
I mean, Boston could throw in there first to the Clippers because they do need stuff to turn around somewhat quick. Um, this is a great second round pick right here. It's between 4 teams, no protections. I have no idea what that means. Um, they have a 2028 swap going out that they can trade, right? It's the least favorable of them and San Antonio. It's like this is basically what we did in the rebuild.
Mhm.
And then you go, oh, Utah holds rights to swap. Or a Houston pick that isn't real. Oh my gosh. Top 55 protected. Yeah. Other choice. Swap to the Clippers. And like you get a first, or 2 firsts in a swap for these guys. I think that's somewhat
That's calm.
valuable. And then
That's calm.
it works, right? Um, I think they could, like we were talking about the difficulty of making a Harden trade work, and even Kawhi, but I don't like no way they do Kawhi. I think even like on the market, you could get more for Zubac because of how cheap he is. So there's this. Now, long term wise, we've talked about it. You try to get off of all your assets, right? Let's just undo. You try to get off your assets, and I'll actually share this tab instead. Get off your assets so then in this season, when everybody's an unrestricted free agent, you can have cap space and you use whatever remaining salaries you have to take on bad salaries, get money. I think that's the move for sure. Long-term building around this team. I mean, it's almost blank canvas, right? Like nothing matters past this season. Like none of these guys will matter past this season because they're all
Like
will be.
the only player that will probably be in here in 5 years, and that's if they even keep him, is probably Zubac. I don't think anyone else they'll keep. Like I
Yeah,
can't see anyone else, and that's a big if on Zubac because we're talking about he could be traded this year.
for 3 first round picks. like yeah. like Brooke Lopez and Batum are going to be 39, and then Harden and Kawhi are already 38 on their body, and then in real age they're just a little bit younger, but they're not going to be here long term. And then they can obviously trade between Derrick Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, that like they can get some capital to help them rebuild a little bit. Like this team more so than the Hornets and the Kings who we're going to go into, they're just kind of like bring everything to the shreds. Try to take on anything that we can and preserve long-term flexibility more than we have to. We don't really have to like change the build of the team with the Clippers. We just tear it apart. It's not working.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. It's such a bad situation because this was a team that was built to win now and next year. They had like a 2 year window, even if that, and that 2 year window is closing very fast, right before their eyes.
Sometimes you have a 2-year window and you get the 2 seed like I did in my league. Sometimes you end up in this situation and you send the numbered 1 overall pick to the best team in league history. Now, how should we approach that aspect of this? Because the Thunder are getting the pick. No matter what we do, they're getting a lottery pick from the Clippers. Do we bottom out or
I think we bottom out because I think as a real GM, you bottom out. So that's how we should be thinking. There's no way they're thinking like,
we
man,
got to stop OKC?
yeah, like you got to do what's best for the team. And honestly, like shit, they're not bottoming out right now, and they're still gonna give the OKC a top 10 pick. So like, how
Mhm.
much worse could it get? Maybe a shakeup could do good.
I think the way they should look at it in 2 seasons when they might have a competent team, right, from all the free agency and slightly retooling the team, OKC will be 2 years older, which for OKC means they'll all be 26 years old. So I don't know. That's not a great uh, situation to be in, but they'll be 2 years older. They'll be a little bit more expensive. Maybe a couple of guys have left, and the number 1 overall pick means that's a high draft slot. Those rookie first overall picks are now like $15 million. So let's make sure they get the first overall pick to try to push them into cap hell because J Dub and Chet didn't get rookie escalators because Sam Presti when he does his draft scouting, he makes sure to get unreasonable dirt on everybody for future contract negotiations. He has to. Maybe he got Cody Williams drafted into the NBA,
Oh, that would be very interesting.
and now he's holding it above J Dub.
Oh man.
That's how he's done it. Yeah, I think they should bottom out even if OKC's getting the pick, and like maybe they should try to get OKC the pick because it might hurt OKC in the long run to move up a couple spots. We ready to move off of this awesome organization?
Yeah, this has been a sad one as the Clippers enthusiast.
Well, we don't have to talk about them for the rest of the season. um, we will not have to admit that we're wrong about them. They could have bottomed out and been like the 10 seed, and we had to still talk about them until they were eliminated from the play-in. Um, Now we don't have to, so it's awesome. I put the Hornets up here next. They're in an awesome situation, quite awesome. Their future star benched in crunch time a couple weeks ago. Um,
Hey, keep going. Continue.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, how about Colin Sexton, man?
Ooh.
He's been balling. Let's maybe he's the future for that franchise. But I mean, he was benched for Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton's been playing really good basketball recently. I'm trying to pull up the Hornets right now. Um, yeah,
Yeah, it's
15 points per game with the defense. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's done what Colin Sexton has basically done his whole NBA career, which is go out there and score efficiently and on high volume and like be slightly worse than you would think his stats expect or indicate that he is, but he's still good, right? Um, Shout out to Colin Sexton. He's like I don't know how they traded Yusuf Nurkic for him. Maybe we should have included that in the in the in the Clipper section. We just call up Danny Ainge and ask him to take on one of your bad players, and he'll give you. Well, the Jazz don't have good players, so
Keontae George.
yeah. Danny Ainge, who's on the phone? It's Danny Ainge. Keontae George for Kobe Brown deal.
Ooh, take that in a heartbeat.
Um, yeah, I've Hornets pulled up on Spotrac. Share this instead. Let's go Hornets. Um, as it currently stands, the Charlotte Hornets are only 7-16, which is 12th in the East. That's still not good though. LaMelo Ball has his huge contract. NBA GMs are saying he is negative value wise. Don't think that's that absurd to say. Miles Bridges, they gave him a contract. Still don't know why. They got bad money here with Grant Williams and Josh Green. And then they got some rookie deals and some inexpensive deals. And they got a lot of things that they can do here with this flexibility. They have Tijon Salon, who's a draft bust. It used to draft bust right away for some. Let's go, y'all. Um, Took him over Modest Spazzelli. I don't know. I One of my first couple drafts, and I didn't really like either of them that much. So I don't know what that has to say. Um, and then they got these rookies. Kalkbrenner's played great. Sion James, I think he can play. We'll see if he ends up being able to play. And then Liam McNeely's a player. Yeah, direction. How are we picking a direction with the Charlotte Hornets?
I think the biggest thing they need to do is move on from Lamelo.
I
I'm
think
gonna go
so
out and
too.
say it. I mean this roster, like you look at it honestly, like I don't think it's too bad. Like looking at it right now, Miles Bridges, still 27, 2 years left on that contract. He's your leading scorer with 21 a game. I mean, Con Canepo has been like amazing. He's doing really good for you scoring wise too. He's looking like a rookie of the year candidate in a class that has Cooper Flag, which I think is really important. Brandon Miller has like he looks excellent every time he plays. His only problem is that he struggles staying on the court with only 8 games a game. We already talked about Sexton. Um, yeah, I think blowing it up with Lamelo Ball might be the answer here, Pat. And then I don't know, maybe you do something with those kind of bad contracts with Josh Green and Grant Williams. See if you can move on from those guys a little bit. Uh, Maybe one of them at least, probably Grant Williams.
Yeah, I- you know, I think with them selling high on Colin Sexton sounds great until you realize the Jazz tried to do it, and the best thing they could find was giving up a pick to trade him for Yusuf Nurkic. And I'm just like, are they going down with the ship with Colin Sexton? Like, I don't know if they like. You might have to. It's just where the league's valuing him. Um, we can try to work it out. I think I have a team that I actually do kind of like for uh them, so we'll give that a shot, and I'll share this tab instead. My instant reaction was to go to Houston because they need a guard. I think Sexton gives them,
Oh,
you know,
trading Sexton. All right.
yeah, yeah. I think he would give them a lot of what they probably are looking for from a guard. Um, and like they could do Clint Capella, right? They would then have to do Josh Okogie, and that's why this gets super weird with Houston, that they don't quite have enough money in this range unless they're trading DFS, which they could do Capella and DFS, and this would work, I think. It would not work. Let's go. DFS is just not uh, tradable just yet. So that's perfectly fine. Um, yeah. Now the question is this good enough for Houston to do?
I don't know, Pat. I don't know if that's worth it. I think
I don't
giving up
either.
DFS might be too much. I think if you can give up like Okogie or someone else, yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, I know. It's just
But then
financially,
at the
it's
same
gonna be
time, like,
weird.
do the Hornets really want Clint Capella for 3 years? And then,
Yeah, I think this is a no for both teams.
yeah,
Unfortunately, like it's gonna be hard to find teams that can work Sexton in that are like good enough that have a not that have a need at guard that are still good enough and have salaries that they are wanting to trade for Colin Sexton. I think he's just kind of in a little bit of a dead range. We talked about it with Malik Monk when he was apparently like viewed as kind of a negative contract during the offseason. Even though like it's Malik Monk and he's only making 18 million, like that sounds fine, but I think guards in this range that aren't necessarily starting caliber are just going to be hard to move. And we could try to find another team. Let me know if one pops out to you. Um, Nets, Pacers. um, Actually, there might be a team here that I kind of like for them. Let's see. We'll give Denver a shot here because I think they could piece something together here because they have this awesome Zeke Naji contract for 8 million. Um, oh, Colin Sexton has disappeared. Where's Colin Sexton gone? Oh, Sheldon has also disappeared. That's awesome. Made sure to add him back. I was like, it sounds pretty quiet. Um,
thank you. I don't know
how
what
long
happened.
were you? How
I
long were?
A good bit. I didn't even see the whole transition over to the Nuggets, but I like clicked my screen, my touch. It's like touch screen. I clicked the screen, and it just cut to like playback, like the homepage of playback, and it was LeBron looking at me. It was very powerful. That's a very powerful message.
Let's go. Had to reset Fanspo. Yeah, it shifted
So
over to Denver.
okay, and what is so we're thinking Sexton again here.
Yeah, I think
Are
it's
we
hard to find
thinking
Sexton fit.
as a backup to Jamal Murray or possibly
Yeah,
insert him in the lineup because of Denver's defensive struggles at starting?
I just don't know if he helps them with their defense.
Oh, okay.
Like they.
Is Colin Sexton's defense taking a decline? Because I keep harping on it because I remember I usually like when I think of Sexton, I think of him as a good defender.
He's a good defender for a small backup bench guard.
Okay.
It's just he's fine. Like for what his role is, he's good, but it's just not as like impactful as like real defensive players. Like they could trade Jonas and get the salary to work. I don't know. Like Jonas hasn't been great. Like it could work. Um, I think for me, if I'm Denver here, I just need to have some other way to get a center. But if I do, I would do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, does Charlotte have any other centers besides Kalkbrenner right now? Mason Plumlee. So yeah, I wouldn't hate that trade if I was the Hornets.
could we add the Plum God? We might be able to add the Plum God.
Oh,
We could add the Plum God. I kind of like this.
nice.
see. Can we have the plum guy? Oh, cannot. 400K. Okay, that could be figured out. I'm pretty sure.
Let's go to the. Should we? Oh, let's see.
Like Deron Holmes.
Hunter Tyson, Jalen Pickett.
Well, who's the least? So Moose. So we can talk about Musa because Musa's kind of interesting because they like him. Like they like him. They're starting him over Kalkbrenner sometimes. Um,
Oh yeah, Musa.
Anybody on this? We should have started with players on this team that we think are long-term fits.
Is Brandon Miller a long-term fit? I think so.
I think he has to be, right?
I think so.
I really don't know how I feel about a Brandon Miller and Colin Knippel like led team.
Together.
Obviously,
Yeah.
like you're looking now when they drafted Khan, I kind of felt like okay, this is the end of the road for LaMelo long term. Like he's obviously on the way out here pretty soon because the trio of him, LaMelo and Brandon Miller, him being Colin Knippel just isn't good enough defensively at all. Like there's Brandon Miller's overrated defensively. He's fine. Like he's not bad, but he's just not a perimeter stopper, and they need him to be if he's playing with LaMelo and Con Knippel. I think Con can fit in defensively, and Brandon Miller can guard some people defensively, but he can't be your number one defensive player out there.
Yeah, I agree. If they're gonna get somebody, I think that comes via free agency or the draft. Maybe try to get a defender in the draft. Probably even just pick someone up in free agency. I think is the route I would go if I were them because Con and Brandon Miller. That doesn't sound bad offensively, but I definitely agree when it comes down to defense. I mean, if you have that, it could just be like Hornets, like how the Hornets usually are, scoring a lot of points but not winning a lot of games.
Yeah, long term wise, what type of players do we think we want at the four next to Con and Brandon Miller?
I would say defensive guys that are versatile enough to switch because I feel like you're gonna get a lot of pick and rolls with Con and Brandon on the four, like guys trying to get those certain matchups that they want. So I would say an athletic wing at the four. And
Yeah,
also
like
that's good if you have Kalkbrenner too, because he gives you rim protection, but not a lot of like mobility with the help in there. And then having a guy like that can kind of run over to a spot would be good, I think.
kind of what they wanted Tejan Salon to be is who I think they do need at the four. Because I think at point guard you kind of need a point of attack defender at the point guard position. Um, and then I look at this team and I'm like, okay, so where's the superstar? Because if you need a point of attack defender next to Brandon Miller and Con Knippel, it's probably not a point of attack defender who's also this offensive number one.
Yeah,
Who's
it's gonna be like a
it?
Davion
Yeah,
type of player.
even like for now, while they're bad and trying to get a top pick, I wouldn't even hate Sexton to be that for now.
Yeah.
Depending on how high you are in Cam Boozer, like is Cam Boozer the guy or is it Dibansa? Do you think?
I'm worried about Cam Boozer offensively once he gets to the NBA, because from the games I've been watching him, his offense kind of comes off of catch and shoot threes, or I'm just bigger than you and I'm gonna just put my hands up and go to the basket and throw a shot up. Outside of that, like I told you to turn on the game Michigan State game. In that first half, Michigan State held him to 2 points and locked him up. After that, Duke's head coach, I forget his name, but they started. He starts
Shire.
Shire. He starts catching the ball closer to the basket, so he can just turn around and throw it up. Even though there's double teams coming at him, he's low enough already where he can just reach over the defenders. So I like what he brings defensively, and I think honestly, maybe with this team that already has the offensive guys like Colin Kneppel and Brandon Miller, guys that can kind of already create their own shots, it could be the best fit for Cam Boozer because all you really need him to do is knock down threes, and he can knock down threes. He's shown the ability to do that. I'm just worried about, I guess, if he's going to a team to be an offensive superstar. I don't know if he's going to be able to be that, but like looking about how the Hornets are, I think sticking him at that four where he can play good defense, good recovery defense, help out, switch on to players, and he doesn't have to do that much on offense. Honestly, I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Would you agree with that assessment?
I have some of the same concerns about Boozer as a fit here because I think him as well. We're obviously pretty early in the college season. We'll have more come draft time, but he does seem to me like offensive number two at his peak. And it's all the other stuff that you like about him with his passing, and I that's kind of the peak that I see with Con and Brennan Miller as well. So I'm just like, who's the guy who's gonna shoot you to the stars? I'm not really sure. Um, the real question for me is maybe, and they might not ever be in the spot for him. Like, is Darren Peterson? Do we trust him enough defensively? Because I think the offense is pretty great. He's obviously been hurt to start in college. Is that the guy to shoot for? And obviously they still need draft luck. So if they don't get draft luck, Mikhail Brown's a good fit. I think so. I think that's really good for them. You get a pass first guard. Uh, it's just I'm not sure where their long term team
Maybe
build
they
is.
have to get a soup because I mean I get what you're saying. Like looking at the
Yeah,
team now, is there a number one option? And it's tough because Con Knepp was really good. Is his game good enough to be like number one option enough? I think it can be number two. I don't know if he has it to get to that number one option. So then who do you go to? You look at the guys in this draft coming up. I think Darren Peterson is a good one, but like you said, you have to be drafting top three to get
yeah.
that. So
I think they need
maybe
to
you're just trying
do.
to get that in free agency and get like what you said, maybe a pass first guard instead. Get something that could help your team build around until you get that number one. Because if you get a pass first guard, you already have Con and Brandon. You have good stuff coming off the bench as well with some of your players. Decent center work by Kalkbrenner and Diabate. So yeah, I kind of like agree with that. Maybe you don't get the most prize like a big fancy name, but if you get something pretty solid, and this is a Hornets team that's going to be picking the lottery in a good draft class, so you're going to get an option to get a good player. So I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say that I think they're a team. You mentioned free agency, right? And if they're not gonna draft a superstar, then they probably need to sign or trade for a superstar. And no superstars ever signed with Charlotte.
Yeah.
Their biggest ever free agency signing was Nicholas Batum, and that deal went terribly for them. Batum was a role player, so obviously it didn't go great. But like they're gonna need to do like a Jalen Brunson type of thing where they sign somebody who is not an all NBA level player, but then with Charlotte they end up just becoming one randomly. And then we're at this point, I'm like, oh, dude, do they just keep LaMelo?
I
Go ahead.
should we look at the upcoming free agents and see if there's like anybody at all that could be like possible?
Yeah, so the 2026,
Is it
um,
lacking? I haven't.
I'm not sure if the 26 one is good because um Luca signed. So, like they're saying LeBron, they're saying James Harden, um, and there are good ones, but it's just not any that you can plug in as like your franchise cornerstone necessarily.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Um, Austin Reeves would be nice, but that's
Yeah,
not happening. Um, and I don't think Kobe White is worth it. Trey Young, I mean, you're just kind of there's no point in doing that. You already have Lamelo. It's like the same thing.
I was I was gonna say Kobe White is kind of in the Brunson range, right? But I
Okay.
feel like we've seen enough of Kobe White as like a lead option to know that it like what
It's
Kobe
not.
White is.
Yeah. Yeah. I. But I just don't think Lamelo is the answer. Like, I don't know. I don't think you can win a championship with Lamelo as your number one. I
Is this
it's
the
hard.
Kaminga team?
Kaminga would be fun. Kaminga would be fun. Uh, do you give him to Golden State?
Oh, I got the obvious. Jaden Ivey's the obvious guy.
Ooh, that's good. I like
Had
that.
all the lower body injuries. He'll be a restricted free agent, and like Detroit's a team that's gonna have these like championship aspirations, and they could be like signing Jaden Ivey to 30 million a season. That's just gonna close our window on us. So
Yeah.
they will probably
Probably.
wouldn't match it.
I just don't
That's
know.
kind of
Does
like
Jaden Ivey leave? Because yeah, I agree with that. But like, shit, he could be the reason the Pistons end up having such a good year because of his impact. You know,
yeah. I
because
think
I think he's been
Ivy.
playing pretty good since he's came back, right?
I think he's been on a minutes restriction.
Let me see.
Because when we looked at the last recap, he had only played 2 games. Yeah, so
15
he's
minutes, 18. Oh, yeah. At least he's scoring whenever he gets in. But so I guess it's too early to tell on that. I like it. If you have the opportunity to get Jaden Ivey, yeah. Honestly, I would probably like Ivy over Lamelo if I'm the Hornets right now. I just don't see like I think you're stuck in purgatory if you keep having Lamelo because
all right.
you are gonna have to pay him every time.
Yeah, I'll keep reading out the like raise my rent players, I guess. Cam Thomas, just the players who show I mean, the players who show a glimpse of star upside, right?
Yeah.
Cam Thomas, Benedict Mathurin,
That's okay. That's good. That's good.
not Jeremy Sohan. Like no.
No. Good defender.
Um, Jalen Duren's gonna get matched. I would feel like,
Baron's good, but yeah, you can't get that.
and then yeah, it's just nobody after that. Yeah, those are the guys you're working with in 2026. I can also pull up 2027 because that's another case, and we also have to consider LaMelo Ball too.
Oh yeah, they can just sign Jokic. There you go.
Yeah, they could sign Jokic, right? Um, the thing though that I said before too is like what Jokic level free agent has ever considered the Hornets.
No, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
you're tough. I
Um,
mean, you could go get Zach Levine, but I don't think that helps you very much either.
no, it doesn't.
But that's just me throwing out a name.
It's
Um,
off ball, LaMelo Ball. I doubt Donovan Mitchell is like
they're
obviously
not
would be
coming.
the guy.
They're not coming because this is going to be a Hornets team that are
Yeah,
for the second year in a row and or third year. Well, shit, probably a lot more than this, but like they're picking in the lottery every year. None of these guys want to come here.
yeah. Jalen Green, if he's in free agency this season, it will be because he opted out, which means he probably proved himself a little bit. So no.
Dylan Brooks,
Um, yeah.
I think he stays probably in Phoenix or something.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that likes to leave.
We know
Crazy.
what Keldon Johnson is. And then we're kind of just getting to the same guys from before. Um, so I think in this season, oh, he's a club option. I was gonna, oh, that would have been nice. That could be your guy. Uh, I don't think he would be a club option. Scoot Henderson in a couple seasons was the guy I was referring to. Maybe, right?
Mm,
Just that's your challenge guy.
maybe.
Anthony Black.
Yeah, that's a good name.
That's like exactly what we kind of alluded to with your defensive first point guard. So like he also fits, the potential superstar upside guy,
Yeah,
which feels weird to say about Anthony, but like that's kind of what we're working with here. Like it's the Hornets,
and he would
like they're
probably he could sign to Charlotte. I feel like.
yeah, if you overpay for Anthony Black, he'll probably go to the Hornets. Um Max Christie's way younger than I thought he was.
That's another one that could possibly.
Ooh, Cody Williams, let's go.
No. Fuck no.
Kason Wallace. If you just like max Kason Wallace, I don't think there's a superstar in there, but I think
Yeah.
there's potentially an all-star level player in
Yeah.
Kason Wallace.
So what do we do? What's the ruling? Do we make any trades with this team? Do we keep Lamelo and wait until we can get something in free agency? What's the final? Like, what's our? How are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm thinking we probably have to find something for LaMelo, right? And then in the future, like we said, we're going sneaky star hunting. Um, in this offseason, I think the best guy, in my opinion, is Jaden Ivey. Um, he doesn't look like a star now, of course, but that's why he's a possible guy for the Hornets. Kobe White's kind of interesting, but we kind of know what Kobe White is, and I think he is a little too similar to Conkinable, talent wise and like play style wise. So we'll quickly just try to do something for Lamelo because I think that's what we do have to do. What are the teams you think could be interested in Lamelo Ball?
Uh let's see. Let's see the list. Let's see the list.
I think I have one. I think I have one.
Okay, what's yours? I'm thinking maybe like Heat.
Okay, I didn't consider he, but he is also another option. I was thinking either Toronto or Portland.
Oh, let's pull that Toronto one up. I'm interested.
Would definitely center around RJ Barrett, I would think.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're Charlotte, we're looking at it. Do we want RJ Barrett at the four?
Him and Miles Bridges are like the same.
Yeah.
They're small forward. It's like when you go in 2K and you just switch the position.
Yeah.
It's still the same player build.
Yeah.
Um, you obviously asked for quickly. Did
Okay.
you?
I think I'd be okay if I'm Charlotte and I get quickly.
Yeah. The thing is, though, the reports. How much do we believe the negative asset value reports for Lamelo?
Uh, what? These are GM saying it.
Yeah,
Fuck. Fuck.
I think I kind of believe it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think quickly is that positive an asset either because he's also expensive. And
I still think that Toronto sends a pick because I
I
think
think,
I think
yeah.
because I think like Lamelo Ball as a non-negative asset is worth like multiple picks.
Well,
It,
here's what I was thinking with RJ. RJ is 2 years on the deal versus quickly being four. RJ would open up the books a lot quicker.
that is, yeah, that's true. But could like, do you see Emmanuel quickly? Could he work out on this team for the next 4 years? Because then you have a point guard. You don't have to
Yeah,
worry about getting that or drafting that. Then you could focus on that wing position.
that's the argument for Quickly. I agree. Like Quickly could be that point guard who is the decent defensive point guard next to the guys, but I don't know. I think you're locking yourself into that, right?
Yeah,
With
you.
Quickly,
I think you 100% would be
like you're making
because
your bed if you're trading for Emmanuel Quickly. If you're, I think does have some value to Toronto.
I just don't know because like you said, Miles Bridges and RJ Barrett, like the same exact player. So like, how much
Yeah.
does that really help you? And you're giving away the franchise in Lamelo Ball.
Well, here's the real thing that it does. If
Okay.
you have RJ Barrett and Miles Bridges, you're gonna be bad.
Yeah,
So this will secure you that top pick.
that's
Maybe then you can get Darren Peterson or Cam Boozer.
yeah. And then maybe trade one of those of Miles and RJ in the future.
When you're feeling serious about winning.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then my one concern about Quickly is it's 4 years after. So
Yeah.
it's like if we're trading for Emmanuel Quickly to be the point guard of the future, we might as well just keep LaMelo.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I just yeah, he can't. I mean, I don't really know if I like him as like trading Lamelo for him. I'm just worried about what he can bring offensively.
Yeah, and then I was gonna say you take Oshai Abaji, but I don't, you might want the extra year of Grady Dick. You probably only need to take on one of them to make this deal work. Oh gosh. Oh, the Raptors do need to send that out. Okay. Oh yeah, because they're in the they're in the tax. Because let's go Raptors, baby. And like this should work, I would think. Boom.
Woo! I like this. I like this.
Trading Lamelo Ball and the best player you get is Oshai Abaji.
Yeah. I mean, Grady Dick. I don't mind Grady Dick either.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, you get a pick here. Maybe it's like only like a swap with Toronto, but you make it distant in the future to where like you can hope that you'll turn it around by then and Toronto might implode because they're building a weird team. Um, and I think this makes sense for them. We could also, you know, explore the other teams that we thought of with the Heat and the Raptors.
We just did the Raptors, Pat.
Ah, the Heat and the Blazers. Sure. Oh, let's not add a third team. That's for the 2K rebuild. I think Portland's a little more cut and dry, where you just go in here. They have Thibault. They have Rob Williams. They have like I think if you just do this, like it's probably good. And like Scoot's just a piece. Maybe you get Scoot early and you don't have to worry about
Yeah,
challenging in free agency.
nice.
Just straight up. I mean, how's Scoot been playing this season? Because I think that's kind of the dictating piece here.
Uh, 1 second, I got you.
Hasn't. He hasn't been playing this year.
Yeah.
Forgot. Yeah,
Okay.
he is hurt.
What about Caleb Love? Give him Caleb Love.
I kind of think this will go. Like this is probably where I would think Lamelo's value is.
Yeah.
He's obviously a disgruntled piece, but Portland gets to just like, and I know Thibault and Williams have been playing a good bit for them and like been somewhat important to them. They have pieces at those spots, right? And they get Lamelo, who does raise the ceiling of their team for this season. Now I do realize they do have Dame in the waiting. I don't know what you're gonna do with Dame, but they have the same issue if they have Scoot. So I don't know. I think in a year or two they run into a tough cap situation, and that could be their reason why they wouldn't want to do this. But I think this is okay. I think I like the Toronto side better for for Toronto rather than this for Portland. So I think do you agree with that standpoint?
Yeah.
I think this is a better return for Charlotte, quite frankly. And then let's just go back and let's see what does it look like for Miami, because we got the report today that the Miami Heat have had internal discussions about tarnished stars. So multiple of them.
All right, Pat. So I'm thinking two players here. Two players. We get crazy and send them Tyler Hero,
Oh,
or we give him Davian Mitchell, or maybe both. I
this
don't
might
know.
work, right?
Oh, well, then you can just do that. There you go.
Now, you've spoiled a little bit of my Kings preview, because I was trying to think of teams that could talk themselves into Zach LaVine if they were given crazy pills, and the Heat were one of them because they know Tyler Hero's production from last year was a little bit of Mickey Mouse, even though he's actually kept it up so far this season. So maybe it's not Mickey Mouse. If they believe it's Mickey Mouse, then you trade him for Zach LaVine, and instead of having to overpay Tyler Hero for 4 seasons, you overpay Zach LaVine, who's a slightly worse version of Tyler Hero, for just 2 seasons. Now here you're just doing that with LaMelo Ball. And I think value-wise, this makes sense for Charlotte. Like, this is definitely the best asset they can get. Now, you do have to run into the fact that you have to extend Tyler Hero right away. So, I don't know how that boils up with them, but um and in this instance, you're just like, Tyler Hero will be less destructive to us developing players, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
This is a nice challenge trade. I like this.
I think this is calm.
And then
I
for Miami,
I want.
if
Oh, go
if
ahead.
LaMelo Ball can't succeed in Miami,
Yeah.
if he can't be focused in Miami, like, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I like Tyler Hero going to the Hornets. I think he balls out there, and I think that gives you like your actual that this is the super like I Tyler Hero can be a one. You know,
Tyler Hero, he
Tyler
is
Hero.
a superstar in plain sight.
Yeah. So you go and get him. Uh, then Khan and Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges, those guys even get better, and they're already having some good seasons right now. And then all you need, you go and you can draft like a defensive minded player when you get into the draft. Um, can't name any off the top of my head, but
Yeah, of course. And like, I have to preface, when we say superstar in plain sight, we don't say that Tyler Hero that we necessarily think he is, but
you can be.
for how the Hornets are going to have to build their team, they're kind of have to find one or hit on somebody who like is like amazing in the draft, which right now they're not in the position to do. So I think this is weirdly it. Do we, before we wrap up Hornets, do we think there's any way that they can rekindle the situation with LaMelo Ball and he can be their guy long term?
Well, like I said, I don't think LaMelo on the Hornets can work. I think he has to get a change of scenery where they have like a strict head coach that's going to get shit done and a winning culture. LaMelo has never been in a winning culture. And also, he played in like Lithuania and like with the overtime elite. So, like, he's never had like structure of like like a college basketball practice or any of that or a college basketball season for that. So I think just getting a change of scenery, going to the Heat, a team that has great culture, I think that's the best I mean, that's a perfect option for both players. So I'm sure Hero would be a little bit pissed with going to the shitty Charlotte team, but he would make do, I'm sure.
I'm going to make one more adjustment, and this is internally, us, the Charlotte Hornets, we believe that we already have our star in plain sight.
Ooh.
and that's Concanipple.
Yes.
We were so quick to speak about adding a star, but he's currently the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, I believe.
What? Oh, Con. I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought you said Ryan Cockburner. I was tripping. Yeah. No, I think he
Maybe Ryan
is.
Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, no. But
Second
I think
round
he
pick.
is. I think he is up there above Flag right now.
But
Kid's
is
averaging
Davion
18 a game. What are you
yeah.
gonna do?
Is Davion Mitchell not the exact fit you would want next to Con as your shooting guard?
Oh, 100%, Pat. That's what I was gonna say. I think you either trade for Tyler Hero or you get Davion Mitchell. I think this would be amazing if they could do that.
I think. Okay, this doesn't work. It is okay. So you should have to wait till January 15 for this to work. But then
Honestly, if
this
I'm
is a
the
timeline accelerator right here.
if I'm the Hornets, I'd be over the moon. I think this is like an incredible trade for them. And like you said, yeah, they might go on a little win streak after getting these two guys.
Does this like I'm pretty sure this helps the Hornets more than the Heat,
Oh, 100%.
which feels gross. It feels gross to say. And now you have LaMelo Ball, Tyler Hero, and Norm Powell.
Yeah. I mean,
What?
honest, but that roster could also like win a little something, I feel like. They could stay
Yeah.
afloat in the East, at least.
This is what you target if the Heat have gone insane right here.
Spoelstra just woke up one day, just pissed off.
He's like, oh, we need to score more. This
We
defense
scored
thing,
too much defense.
overrated.
Too much defense. We
Who's
have Bam.
defense? Never heard of her.
Bam can play all the defense.
Yeah, Bam and Khalil Ware will have to clean it all up. Um, ready to move to this?
Yeah. Oh boy, I can't wait.
Yeah. Sacramento Kings. This is awesome. This is the team of doom and despair.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
I feel like pulling up the SPO track is a good start. Pulling up the SPO track is a good start.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Looking up and down this roster right here. If you don't know, the Sacramento Kings, they are currently, I believe,
6 and 17, I think.
sounds
I
right.
want to say.
Sounds right.
Double check.
6 and 17, 13th in the West. Right on.
Yep.
We have their stuff pulled up. Long-term wise, this team is expensive. And they've had talks of a fire sale, but I don't know what a fire sale could net them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we want to start?
I mean, I think the two hottest names right now are Sabonis and LaVine. So I think we definitely need to start there. And I think Sabonis has more trade value right now than Zach.
I agree. By far, I think.
So I think let's go see how much can we get for Sabonis. Can we get draft capital from Sabonis? Can we get young players with large contracts with Sabonis? Because I don't know. Because like you look at this, Pat, you have like a lot of like your players are signed for a pretty long amount of time, except for a couple of role players. I think that Keon Ellis is really good. I think Russell Westbrook is someone that I was thinking just now. Like, Pat, could you get something out of Russell Westbrook? He's having a good season. He's averaging 13, 6, and 7. Only here for a year though. $2 million. Are teams even going to take a chance? I mean, I don't think you get a crazy return from him, but like maybe you get like a second round pick. I think you could maybe
From Big Russ? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Something just to keep in mind. But I think going with Sabonis, getting rid of Sabonis is definitely what we want to do first.
So before last recap, obviously a big team that we had to talk about was the Raptors because they were going on their big win streak, right? Their 10-game win streak. And I'd watched a couple games, and one of my findings was they need a player who's not 6'8" and who can score the ball specifically. And I think Sabonis fits that pretty well. Or how we feel about RJ Barrett. That Jakob Poeltl deal could sneakily be really bad down the line,
Here we go. Okay.
and you give up a pick. I feel like this is now. Are You're locking yourself into 5 years of Jakob Poeltl for 20 million a year plus.
Yes.
So you're not getting that much. You are getting salary relief, right? I think over the course of the years, you'll owe less money. And the only reason this is failing is because Jakob Poeltl got an extension recently on January 7th. This is a legal trade.
I like it. Okay, so we have RJ Barrett and we have Levine and we have DeRozan. So what? Levine at the 2, Barrett at the 3, Rosen at the 4. So DeRozan at the 3, Barrett at the 4.
That gets to my next conversation.
Okay.
Do we think they can get anything for DeMar DeRozan?
I was thinking that, Pat. I don't think so. I really don't think so.
It's like the Colin Sexton thing that we just did before with Charlotte, where it's really hard to make any type of salary work. And then the teams that can make the salary work, you're like, well, I'd just rather keep the player that we're trading for the salary.
Yeah, I was thinking because I think you want to get rid of DeMar, but I was thinking you can't get rid of DeMar, and I whoa, I was thinking about Zach Levine too, and I think that Zach Levine is the only other option. Like I think Zach Levine you can trade, but DeMar DeRozan you can't. That makes sense. I think Levine's
Yeah.
more tradable, but also Levine has that big ass contract, so it's really hard there too. I think Sabonis. I like the Sabonis trade is good because you get Jakob Poeltl, who's like a mini replacement for Sabonis. Poeltl can be serviceable for the Kings. I feel like you get RJ Barrett, who can provide some offense, even though it's the same offense you're going to get as DeMar DeRozan. Um, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough. It is tough, but I think Sabonis is the most tradable for sure, and I like the trade that we did so far. I will say.
Yeah. And I'll say this, I don't even think that what they get in that Sabonis trade is that valuable, quite honestly. Like Pirtle, the only thing you're getting out of him is like security at the center position for when you bring in young players that they'll have a screen setter. That's kind of what I see value wise in Pirtle. And then RJ Barrett, it's just like, oh yeah, we get RJ Barrett. Like they've had enough guys like RJ Barrett in the past. Keegan Murray, do we still see him as like a long term building block? Where oh
Whoa,
whoa.
this is interesting.
Spotrac no.
The hell?
Spotrac would not like that idea.
I like Keegan Murray, and I feel so. Dude, have the Kings because they said everyone's for sale. Was Keegan Murray one of the guys mentioned as like that they'll stay?
I think the only guys not available were him and Nick Clifford, is what they said.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I honestly I'm really okay with that. I think Keegan Murray, um, I like Keegan Murray. I think he's a guy that can knock down threes and he plays good defense. He's still really young, and look how long, Pat. Look how long they have him for. Don't get rid of that contract. Like he might not be your best player right now because like obviously Levine and Sabonis are very good players, but he's going to be on your team for the most, and he's not like he's making. Would you say that's a pretty good contract, Pat? I feel like it is 24, 25, 27 for what he
Yeah.
is. So I think Keegan Murray, you got to keep him. And he's going to be on your team for the next 5 years. So why would you get rid of him? And you already have him on a good contract. So I say keep him.
Let me say this right now, right? They're in a terrible situation. Keegan Murray is their way out of this.
Yeah.
I think he is. Now, I'll say I got one comment on Levine, but I'll go on Keegan Murray real quick. We look at back when Brooklyn had the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving situation, and they had to move off of that really quickly. And the only reason, well, I was going to say the only reason Brooklyn ended up being all right, but then they screwed it up, was because they got a player who was already on a contract that was fair for the value that they were at the time, which was Mikal Bridges, and it was also Cam Johnson, but they fumbled trading him at the right time because, of course, they did. They got players who were already on deals who were had room to grow, and I think Keegan Murray's in that spot where they can artificially inflate his scoring numbers over the next couple of seasons, and it doesn't even have to like his defense can fall off a little bit during that time because it did with Mikal Bridges, and a team still gave up 5 picks for him. Keegan Murray's their way out of this. Like they need to like juice. It needs to be an all time great pump and dump. Where in the second year of his contract, Keegan Murray is getting shipped off for a record haul because he's going to be a superstar role player. And then LaVine, you mentioned the contract. I think it's impossible to trade LaVine unless you're like taking one of the
Like
bad.
the Bulls got bailed out so hard. Like I'm looking at the contract, I'm like, holy shit, the Bulls got bailed because no one else is gonna trade for this. Like the Bulls haven't been able to trade him forever. There's no, I don't think you trade. I don't think you can trade Levine. I honestly don't. I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, we should have nailed in on the Kings for when they did that because it made some sense at the time when like, oh, we're trading Fox, we kind of got to get somebody great because the conversation was, are they going to get Steph Castle? It, they didn't get Steph Castle. They got Zach LaVine. Um,
But even at the time, Pad, you were saying like this is the Bulls all over again. So I feel like we did kind of see this coming. But like
yeah,
it's just crazy looking at it right now when it's right in front of you.
I think with LaVine, the only way they're going to be able to trade LaVine and feel okay about it is they're going to trade LaVine, like in kind of what I described with the Tyler Hero situation, with a team that isn't feeling good about a star level player, and they're like, okay, well, LaVine will overpay him, but we're only going to overpay him for a year and a half. If we, sign Tyler Hero to a stupid contract, we'll have that to deal with for 5 seasons. Um, LaVine could be the dumping grounds for Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Memphis is like, we realize we've made a mistake here. Um, Sacramento will give us salary relief, and it could be LaVine for Ja Morant straight up. And if
Here,
I'm
let's see if that
Sacramento,
happens. Let's just do that for fun. I want to see if that happened, if that will work.
I think it would.
I don't. I do not endorse this trade.
I
I
don't. I don't know if I do either.
don't think this should happen. This is not ideal for either side. I feel like, but
Yeah,
let's see it.
because
I'm interested.
now you're just signing up to like peak as the Memphis Grizzlies. But I don't know. I feel like Kings fans would take being the Grizzlies. Um, I think this works. They might have to throw in piece. And like maybe that piece is, oh,
Nope. Nice. Uh,
here's what they do.
that'd be funny. That'd be funny. I don't think I'm okay with what they have right now. Or not that. I just don't think that's a. It's just not worth it for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I feel like the Grizzlies in this situation would rather just go down with the Ja Morant ship. I
Yeah.
think the two players that they could get are Tyler Hero should his play not stay how it has been the past year and 5 games, and then Trey Young. If Atlanta's like, okay, we're not going to get a star this next offseason, we still do need, a really good guard scorer. LaVine, we only have to pay for a year and a half. Ja Morant, if we want him next season, we're going to have to pay him for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I think that's their way to trade Mr. LaVine.
All right.
We've gotten the ugly conversations out the way because like we addressed Levine, it's like gonna get them nothing. DeRozan's almost untradeable and will probably be bought out if I had to guess. Do you agree with those
I agree
sentiments?
with that. Yes.
And then Keegan Murray's their life raft. Pump and dump, trade him for fourth verse in 3 years. Um, because if you pump and dump those stats, that 24 million looks pretty great.
Yeah.
Um, and then Dennis Schroeder, you're kind of stuck with that. Like he's been so bad. Right. Have you checked in on the Dennis Schroeder experience this season?
I haven't. The Kings are playing right now. I don't see him on the court, so I'm guessing he's hurt.
He was benched.
Oh,
He's now hurt. Um,
he was
he's
benched for Russ, right?
Yeah. Do you want to take a guess what he's shooting from the field?
From the field, 35%.
30, 40.
Okay.
This was basically in line with what he did the second half of last season.
Yeah.
So maybe we've all been fooled. Because here's the thing: I really like Dennis Schroeder for the Knicks on $5.5 million, and the Kings gave him 42 million over 3 years. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, listen. At least Russ is doing good. Russ is having
Yeah,
a good season.
at least.
The one thing that they've hit on.
So now we get to talk about the few players who they could trade for stuff. And that is potentially Malik Monk, even though they've been unable to do that. Potentially, well, yes, Russell Westbrook and Keon Ellis. And then like Devin Carter if they want to like trade him now, which would feel so stupid. You got any ideas on these?
Let's try Keon. I think Keon is the guy that can be traded, and he's only here for a year. What you said, Keon? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's good. Good defender, can shoot the ball a little bit from three. Oh, to the Knicks.
I would love this. Everybody should want Keon Ellis. I'll just start by saying that.
All right, you're giving up something good. I like this so far for both
Kidding.
teams.
Yabu has not been.
He's been
But
sound.
yeah, he's been pretty rough. But I don't know. I think every team should want Keon Ellis.
Oh yeah,
I put the Knicks because I would love it, but like every team should want Keon Ellis because he's making $2.5 million. And unfortunately for the Kings, they messed up his current contract situation because now you can't extend Keon Ellis for the rest of the season, and he will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year.
Wow, and you can't extend.
You cannot extend him. The Kings missed the deadline. So like they hit on a second rounder, or he might have been undrafted even. They hit on an undrafted player who can like play in a rotation. They don't play him in the regular season because they're committed to Levine and DeRozan or Fox and DeRozan, all of that. And now they mess up extending his contract this offseason, and it kills his trade value suddenly. So you could have been getting, like, at least with the Bulls, they were able to trade Caruso for Giddey, who they could dream on him being
Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton. The Kings cannot trade Keon Ellis for their pipe dream of Tyrese Halliburton.
No.
So here we are. Here we go. But yeah, every team will be calling about Keon Ellis. I would imagine it's like Keon Ellis basically just for draft capital for whatever team he goes to, because they don't even have to give up Yabu. Like they could
Landry Shamet?
Yeah. I was gonna say you could trade Pacom Dadiet in like second round picks. And like it will work salary wise. They can find a deal that works value wise. Like Keon Ellis was on pace to be worth
That's crazy.
a first round pick or two.
That's crazy.
And this is like the same situation for Russ too, because Russ is also on a league minimum. So
Yeah.
there are going to be a ton of
Here's-
suitors for these guys. So they need to be. If Keon Ellis is
So,
good,
okay, if you're the Kings, you just want draft capital, yes or no? Are you looking for young players? Or at this point, are you going to find those in the draft through Westbrook and Keon Ellis? Or are you going to ask for the players in the Sabonis trade?
so if we're working out we could also look at more Sabonis trades too. I forgot we haven't really looked at them, any of them. Um, for them, like obviously you should still look for young players when trading Russ and Keon Ellis. It's just it's going to be hard to find a young player that you could be interested in that makes league minimum. Like most of the young players you would be interested in are like third year former first round picks who just haven't really caught on yet, and those guys are going to make a little bit more than the league minimum. Um, but I think for like a team trading for those guys, like they're going to want to trade a league minimum salary and second round picks. So like the Clippers would, if they were in the disaster zone right now, they would want to trade Chris Paul's league minimum salary and second round picks to get Russell Westbrook or Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, just having like good players on a league minimum, just like trade values are endless for those guys. So, um, that's why like if the Bucks wanted to trade Ryan Rollins right now, he's probably getting them a ton, and I think they should at least try
Okay.
to explore Ryan Rollins trades.
What about the Giannis trades, Pat? Who
Ooh,
cares about Ryan Rollins? We need the young.
maybe Ryan Rollins is the Charlotte Hornets star in plain sight.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the guy they should target. Um, yeah. Do you want to look at more Sabonis trades? Because or we could also just name team fits for Russ and Keon Ellis.
Let's do this. Let's do some team fits.
More so for Russ because I think Keon Ellis is a team fit everywhere.
Yeah. Um, is Houston a potential suitor?
I haven't heard that, but I do think it could work.
Who? Okay. Who are the potential suitors that you've heard?
Um, well, I haven't been paying attention to the Russell Westbrook trade
Oh,
rumors, so I don't think
me
those have
either.
really
Well, the
started
way.
yet.
Oh yeah. Well, the way you said it is you. It sounded like there were.
Yeah, yeah, I don't. That was poor phrasing. Poor phrasing. Minnesota and Houston are the teams linked to every point guard.
Minnesota. I would like that. I would like to see that. Him and Ant, I think, would be good.
Yeah. How do you think the Russ and Denver relationship is right now? Like, if
Can't be good. Can't be.
right, like it can't be good.
Yeah, I don't think he goes back to Denver because he would have signed there in the first place.
Yeah, and I think they could actually use what he has. No way he goes to the. That's definitely the Lakers is definitely not.
The Lakers.
Um, if Boston moves Simons at the deadline, I don't hate them getting Russ because they're the third seed now. Did that sneak up on you too?
The Celtics.
Yeah,
Wow, I saw them kill the. Dude, Tatum's 100% gonna come back.
100% is.
Yeah, 100% is gonna come back. That's crazy.
They trade Anthony Simons for a center and a league minimum player for Russell Westbrook.
I like that.
That's the move right there.
I think so, Pat. I think so.
My nightmare is they trade somebody for Keon Ellis.
Oh,
I'm gonna put Leon on the phone right now to just go ahead and get a Keon Ellis trade done.
call him up. We need that.
Yeah,
As we all know, Pat has Keon's number.
yeah. Keon Ellis demands a trade to the New York Knicks. Cleveland's a great fit for Keon Ellis. I think they should be all over that. Everybody's a great fit for Keon Ellis. Um, trying to think of a Russ team. If somehow Milwaukee gives Giannis the crazy pills, is Russ a fit for Milwaukee, or is it just like Cole Anthony in a different font?
I think he's better than Cole Anthony.
Yeah, I think so too.
And he brings like Russ brings so much. Like even if he's doing bad, he's still like bringing so much energy. I
Do you know who
mean,
I don't think is bad?
who?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Uh,
I think they're
yeah,
weirdly a good team suddenly.
I mean, I agree, and they're still gonna get what's his name
Mr.
back,
Irving.
Kyrie. Kyrie's coming back. I mean, they're really good defensively. They just struggle because they have a rookie forward or a rookie wing playing point guard the whole time. You
Well,
know,
no, they switched it to a 5'10" rookie.
Ryan
Who,
Nimhard.
yeah, who went undrafted.
I mean, first of all, shouldn't have gone undrafted because Nimhard has been playing incredible.
You
Like,
should never not take a Nemhard.
yeah, exactly. That's what I've been seeing.
That's what I said pre-draft, and then I didn't rank Ryan Nemhard in my top 40 players in the draft. But so uh, Andrew Nemhard would have been a star in plain sight if we hadn't seen him in the star role this season for uh,
For Dallas.
Indiana.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Too good luck getting him away now.
yeah. Now it's like obviously the efficiency's rough with him, but it's just like he's so clearly like a secondary scorer who just is just a beast defensively. Like he's so obviously Drew Holiday 2.0.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah. Sabonis. We want anything else on Sabonis?
We can look at him. I think I'm good. Uh, yeah, let's look. Let's look. See if there's anything out there. Do we go Celtics?
Ooh.
That'd be too OP.
Uh, so they trade Simons. That's 28 million.
I think they have
They
to. You have to give up like.
you have to go D White. I don't think
Yeah, I
anybody
was about to
wants D
say you
White.
might have to give up D White.
I wouldn't do that. I would rather just have Derek White and no center. Yeah. Payne Pritchard, star in plain sight. See? Sixers are in a weird spot. Do you take the Paul George contract if you're the Kings?
Nah, come on, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. It's not that bad. Don't give up Sabonis for Paul George.
No. For Levine, do you use Levine to take the Paul George contract and like I don't know, you get Jared McCain or something?
Yeah, how many years does he have left?
Paul George, it would be one more than Levine, I think.
One more than Levine?
Yeah,
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I don't think it is
You gotta
either.
play him. You're gonna have to play him.
Well, with Paul George, you don't have to worry about playing him,
Yeah, true.
and then you can pump up Keegan Murray and like yeah, I don't believe what I'm saying, so I'm gonna stop. Um, I've seen the Warriors a ton for Sabonis. So
Okay.
should we explore?
Yeah, let's see. See what's going on there.
So Mr. Kuminga, the Kings love Mr. Jonathan Kuminga. It has been well reported that they love him. This is about 20 million off as it currently stands. Do the Warriors slime out Draymond
Oh
Green?
no. They won't slide out. They won't do who's off? Who's off?
Who's
What
off?
side is it off of?
Warriors need to send out more money.
Do they give up pods? No way. Not to Sacramento.
Al Horford, Buddy Hield.
Yeah? Do you think they trade Buddy?
Maybe. It's one of their salaries. That's why it would make sense.
Oh.
Warriors need to send out an extra 5 million. Hard cap. Oh, okay. They're hard capped at the apron. I was like, no way they're at the hard cap. Um, I mean, if you give up pods, I think that's stupid, actually. And it doesn't even work salary wise. So like you'd give up Moody and then you'd remove one of the guys, or you just try it. I think it fails for the Warriors still. Right? No, this works. So here,
Wow. Moses Moody is pretty good,
yeah.
but Sabonis is really good. And then like Buddy Hield, I'm okay with losing because you have like shooters already. So I guess like pods, you're just banking on pods turning out to be Steph Curry, better than Steph Curry, like he said he was going to be.
And then I don't know. Kaminga's just like literally like a young version of current DeMar DeRozan.
Kaminga's a young version of DeMar DeRozan. So yeah, why not? Just fuck it, do it.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, the Kings are screwed. I mean, but Jonathan Kuminga, you really want Jonathan Kuminga, like you said. Every time they've been trying to get Kuminga the whole offseason, you know? So
Yeah,
this
they've been
obviously
trying to trade anybody for Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, so I think if you give up Sabonis and you're getting Moses Moody, who's really good, and you have him for a couple more years, and you get Buddy Hield, who you've had and you know what he can do, and Al Horford can help you with your minutes. He can go in there and I don't think he's gonna like be the Sabonis replacement, but he can replace Sabonis's minutes.
Best part we can say is minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, Al Horford. I love Al Horford, but it's looking so over for him. Oh my God. You won't guess the shooting splits for him.
I'm gonna go 40% from the field, 25% from 20% from three.
40 was too high. It's 32% from the field
Damn.
and 30% from three. That is just
Damn, bro.
it's
30%
so
from the field.
as a center.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's so bad.
He probably hasn't taken a 2-pointer this year. It's probably actually
Drug test him right now.
yeah, drug test him.
He's got to be on heroin. Just kidding. Al Horford's a great, upstanding citizen. Yeah, and we didn't even really consider Malik Monk because I kind of feel like it's in the same realm as Colin Sexton, who we struggled to find deals for earlier, where obviously you would want to trade Malik Monk while you still can, but I'll give you. What do you think on that? On the Malik Monk side of things?
How many years does he have left on that contract? I mean, I think Malik Monk's really good. I think that teams would still trade for him. I don't know how much you're gonna get.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I agree. It's just like I don't know. What do you think about Malik Monk for Kuminga? Just kind of, I think it would work.
I'd be okay with that, honestly. I think I'd be fine with that. Perfectly fine.
Like when it was proposed as something they were thinking about in the off season, yeah, this works. We didn't like it because it's like, why would you do that? It's Jonathan Kuminga like was bad last season. He was really bad last season, and then Malik Monk is like somebody who everybody knows is like a fine player. You have him on a fine contract, but it's just like I guess there's no value for Malik Monk around the league.
Yeah. It's like the same thing with Sexton. There's not a lot of value for some reason.
Yeah, I think if they were making like $5 million now, there would be a lot more teams able to do it because like there will be teams like the Knicks are like as tied up financially as it is, but I'm able to find ways to where we can give up $10 million in a trade and still feel like I'm not giving up more like a player better than Malik Monk in a deal, or not Malik Monk because Malik Monk's making 18, not 10, but um, if guys are closer to that $10 million range, like teams can trade a mid-level exception signing who hasn't played well for them, and just two league minimums, not league minimums, but two guys making just over the league minimum, and you get to $10 million in an
Mhm.
outgoing trade, and then you have to do that two times in one trade for somebody making $18 million. It's just so hard to make it work. You kind of have to just take a chance on another guy in that price range with Jonathan Kaminga. Um, long term wise, 'cause we didn't even get to talk about the Kings long term wise. Um, are there any building blocks here? Because we mentioned the Keegan Murray pump and dump plan.
So I think Keegan Murray's the building block. And then honestly, I think that might be it, Pat. Because all these other guys were talking about trading. And then I don't think anyone else can be building block. Like maybe Nick Clifford probably would be my other one.
I think we're two um, fire sales away with the Kings here.
Yeah.
I think they need to fire sale whatever they have here, rebuild the pieces that they get, and then fire sale those pieces, and then they might be in a spot to where they look good.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's what it is. All the guys we talked about trading are guys we don't think we can build more value for. Oh, Spotrac doesn't like what we're doing here.
Yeah. Like
Um,
that does that all the time. It's weird.
yeah, but all the guys who we think who we think need to be traded are guys who we don't see their value increasing ever. We artificially increase Keegan Murray's trade value, and then we're looking at a 2028 or 2029 start to the next good iteration of the Kings. Is that kind of what we're thinking?
I think so, Pat. This team is like what is it? 3 years removed from that crazy playoff run that they almost did, when they lost to the Warriors game 7. Was that 3 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, and so now it's like one of the most doomed rosters in the NBA. Because at least everybody else, I felt like they could do something with.
I agree. I think they're just cooked now.
The
So,
Kings, the Kings are kind of screwed.
well, you got anything else? Any of these teams? Between the Clippers and the Kings, who do you think is more cooked?
I think, fuck, I don't know. That's really hard. I'll go Kings. I
I
think I
think,
think the Clippers like have tradable players at least. Like I think you can trade James Harden and get a lot from. I think Kawhi is tradable and you can get something out of him. Brook Lopez is very tradable. I think the Kings have one tradable player and that's Domantas Sabonis. And then like outside of it, I mean you can trade Keon, but I don't think you get a lot for Keon. And you can trade Russell, but I don't think you get a lot for Russell.
I think the Clippers are more screwed. The Kings are more stuck
Okay.
because the Clippers can get out of their stuff extremely quickly. They also then have to like hit in free agency on a superstar in free agency,
Yeah.
which is rare. Out of the three teams, do we like the Hornets situation the most?
Oh, 100%. They have two really good young stars. Um, and they have like pieces around those stars as well. and they have a guy that they can trade that can like they can get a good return from. They have a couple guys, and their roster is not like terrible. And it's really young. They have control of from their a lot of their good players. I think Colin Kneppel is going to be a really good player, and Brandon Miller as well is already one. So
Yeah, I think they're in the best spot. I think they have difficult steps ahead of them with figuring out if they have a superstar, if they have an avenue to get a superstar, but they're probably by far the most screwed of these three teams, or the least screwed of these three teams. Other than that, though, 2K rebuild
2K
coming up on
rebuild,
Thursday.
the draft. Who will I be picking? Stay tuned. Stay
Stay
tuned, ladies and
tuned.
gentlemen. I don't. Where did I finish, Pat? Do we even know where I finished standings wise, lottery wise? I don't think
I don't
so.
know. I think that's a misstep that we don't know that.
Yeah, I think. Well, we just did the playoffs, and I don't think it was pretty late, so
Yeah,
I think we just
yeah,
went to bed.
me
Um,
too.
but yeah, should be interesting. I'm excited. Pat, good luck in the
Yeah, in my playoff
playoffs.
series.
I don't know who you're playing either, but
I don't either.
hopefully you win. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll quickly. I'm probably gonna get on 2K actually. Uh,
Whoa, me too.
maybe
Maybe we hop
maybe
in. Maybe.
hop in the park.
Oh, maybe theater. Park is kind of crazy this year, Pat. We can go
It
into a
is.
game, but you hop into Park, you're going against the number 10th ranked player in New York that's on like a 20 game win streak, and it's like
Ooh.
10K VC if you beat them. And you know what? The worst thing they did, Pat, they took out trivia.
What?
Yes, they took out NBA trivia in 2K.
Our inspiration for
Oh,
trivia in the podcast.
dude, those were some good nights. But yeah, I when we used to stay up and we would play the trivia. I think we got pretty far like one time. I think we got like the first 4 rounds, but that shit was hard. That was some
Yeah,
hard trivia.
man. When the NBA questions would pop up, we would get them. We would get them.
Yeah, bro, and the MLB ones too. Those were the locks. And then you get one like what bird resides in the southwest region of Rio or whatever. It's like what the hell.
Please. Um, I sent you my build the other day, and I got the LeBron James comparison.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I beat that.
It was a goofy player build name though.
Yeah,
That's why I
the
was a little
Rim Reaper.
concerned.
The Rim Reaper.
I don't even know. It might have been more goofy than that.
No, it was. It was like two-way Rim Reaping mid shot or something.
Mid reaping facilitator.
Oh, good. Well, that's
Yeah.
good if you pass it. I got that 3 ball, so
Yeah, I got the 3 ball too. That's the good thing. Well, I'm a 60 over right
that's
now.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah, well, I probably have 5K VC to upgrade. I'll get to a 60.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go.
All right. Well, I'll probably get on in a second then.
All
Other than
right,
that,
sounds good.
we'll have
Bet.
the rebuild in a little bit, and yeah, wrap it up here.